Being a black belt means always being a white belt. Hey, my name is Rishi Patel, founder of Selling in Alignment, where I help coaches and consultants to earn more, work less, using the black belt mindset. And today, I want to talk about this ideology, this philosophy about being a white belt. So you can see here in the martial art that I'm a black belt. And what does that actually mean? It actually means that I want to bring a beginner's mind or a white belt mindset. See, when a white belt walks into the training hall for the very first time, they don't know anything about the martial art. They're like sponges. They're going to soak up everything. And they come into the training mat, and as instructors, we teach them how to move, how to kick, how to punch, how to strike. And they get to learn everything newly. They're completely new to it. And in Zen Buddhism, there is this idea of this beginner's mind. And they say that for a beginner, there are many possibilities. For a beginner's mind, there are many possibilities. And yet for an expert's mind, there are very few possibilities. And why is that? It's because the expert has already closed off to some extent, if they're in that mindset of they are an expert and that's it. They've closed off the possibility of learning newly. And what I invite you to do is take this lesson from the training mat and really apply it into the next discovery call that you have with a client. The next time you engage with a client for a very first time, can you get intentionally curious, bring the white belt mindset, discover everything brand new, ask all of the questions that need to be asked, and really have this loving, intentional curiosity about what they're dealing with and what their business issues are. And if you can do that, you get to create a connection which more than likely that prospect has not experienced before. It's a completely different experience for someone to have at that level. So I invite you to really bring that as an ideology, as a mentality. The way that I like to think about this is when a child gets a toy for the very first time, and they're curious, they're in awe, they're in amazement. They're like, wow, what's going on here? Like, this is brand new. I want to put this together. I want to play with this straight away. Have that same beginner's mind, that same intentional curiosity that I love to call it, around what your client is dealing with, and create something, a connection, a way of being that they haven't experienced before. And creating that with your client and having them experience you in that way is something that's going to have them buy into your way of being. And if they do that, you've already kicked the sales process off. And because people buy people, having that type of a connection is actually what I call the art of selling without selling. So always be upskilling. Don't ever stop your progress in terms of learning new skills, in terms of increasing your sales skills, in terms of really understanding the depth and the power that you have inside of upgrading your skill set. Learn to connect with people more, get around experts, and invest in your own personal development. In fact, I heard Brian Tracy once say that 10% of your income should go back into investing in your own personal development. And people that do that generally tend to be extremely successful in business. So be intentionally curious. Approach everything with the white belt mindset, and try this out with the next client that you talk to, and let me know how you get along in the comments. Until the next time, keep selling in alignment.